Hello, guys. Sorry, it's been a lot of delays, and I can tell you that I was trying to do it in the morning, but let's just say the video had some complications. But complications do intend to happen. And in some ways, I can thank God for that delay, because in truth, I needed to re-piece my head because I feel like I went too far. So let me see if I can try this again. You saw from the promo of our dear friend Don G. Corleone. See on my left, that's the evidence of me explaining how I feel about the fiction and how I think maybe two YouTubers are going too far. And this on my right is the prologue I did last night. And I also give warning to my friends and they needed some help. So they might help me, they might not. And to be fair, I'm hoping they keep out of this one because this is just between me and him, even though I am blocked most likely. No, my brother. So who is this Don G. Corleone? Don G. Corleone, formerly known as Movie Lover 120. He was inspired by a former YouTube reactor, James YouTube, now Empire Fan Production. He's semi-retired now. He was inspired by him to start his own channel. He loves many fictions. The Godfather, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, the list goes on. Half of these things I've saw myself, and half of them I've not. However, he's a bit of a critic and in some ways a little bit of too hard on things, and I'll explain that soon. Even though we probably were learning ourselves, me and my bro. But as a result, he set off a strict rule. If anyone gives me any rude comments or tries to bash my opinion, they will be blocked. So any disagreements, especially against him, we were basically made a liability. And his movie review rating, ugh. Some of it says perfect perfection, while the other one says horse ass. Ugh. Not everything is perfect, but certainly not everything is awful. I can say that part. So I'll have a show and quick tell. Let's see. Yeah, you recognize half of these videos, do you not? I haven't watched Scream in a while, except for clips and wiki records, and I can tell it's one that inspired and made many careers. Maybe this one's not as perfect, but it's not as terrible. But this semi-rant is unnecessary, along with this, especially this title they throw in. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mutant Mayhem. I think it was based off a game. But Baby Losers? That is just insulting and rude. Okay, there were a few Marvels that are problematic, but let's see. Iron Man 3 got a bit of a rant and a middle finger, you just saw in my post. I could only tell you this. The reason why maybe some of it wasn't perfect, maybe it was because there were lessons. It doesn't mean it's all perfect. It's supposed to give us lessons. I mean, Iron Man 3, oops. It's showing our hero that he wasn't perfect. It was only a matter of time before any traumatizing events from there to New York would come in and bash him up a bit. And besides, Tony may have many things of a smart mind, but even he can sometimes make terrible mistakes. There's enough in the Infinity War to make that abundantly clear. Aquaman, when do we get to the fight with a middle finger? It's an improvement, this Aquaman, and I understand that you don't like the woman. You don't, and besides, I won't agree with Amber. I only focus on the movie that matters. As far as I'm concerned, the actress means nothing. only the target, nothing more. But these two that I'm going to show now, let's see, just I can retire already. I take it you remember Elizabeth Banks with her cocaine bear rants to stop directing. Well, I don't know if she should stop, all right? But forcing retirement, that is just plain cruel and selfish. Okay, I'll give a skip on the young. Okay, the Justice League, I'll make an exception. It's actually the previous one, but I'm actually heading to one that really drove a knife into my gut, and I'm really pissed off. Oh, Ralph breaks the internet. Epic rant. Unnecessary. One reason. We have a reunion of nearly every princess actress who did our childhood of the princess movies. Do you remember The Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Tangled, Moana, you name it. Even outside of the studios. I have enough evidence that can make that abundantly clear. Trust me. I can even show it right now if I wanted to, maybe on a post. 10 top, 11 top. Turning red is actually a very good lesson. It is actually the one we need, one we deserve, even if it wasn't the one we needed. Grow up. Now this, all right, I'll keep out of this one in relation to James Gunn because I'm staying on the sidelines and watching from the shadows. But this one, I'm really making a few. Really wish but I'm really wishing I could rant. But my friends, I'll be making an exception. Yeah, Avatar: Way of Water. I'll have a quick read and I'll do a little show and tell later. Let's see. You want to know what's worse than having a movie become the overrated movie of all time? Oh, come on, give me a break. How about a constantly delayed sequel gets released and becomes the most overrated sequel of all time? It wasn't James's fault. And besides, he shouldn't retire. It's his decision, and we can't force him. And all of this rant and comments, it's unnecessary. It's completely bullying. Time to piss off so many people with my opinion? Well, guess what? You disappointed me greatly with your opinion. Because you're just nothing but a bully now and than a critic. I'm really sorry to say this, guys, but he's lost the way. Especially since this movie was the one that basically made this guy. This, not just Zoe and so many others. How about our show and tell of this? Oh, you don't like Jake Sully? Well, look a little closer at the actor. You don't recognize the man who did the voice in so many other movies afterwards? Especially even the Call of Duty one? You can't even look at the mirror properly without evidence, especially since before the movie itself, here's something else. He was homeless, sold his possessions at the age of 30. If it wasn't for that movie, getting him out of the streets and giving him a decent cut of the salary, you might as well be wishing he was back in a homeless shelter with nothing but a name. It basically gave him the chance. It gave him a family, it gave him a home. Maybe others did. So what I'm doing is what I'm saying is that maybe he's becoming way too harsh on the movies. I can respect some of them, all right? In fact, I can make an exception on some of the ones he ranted. But demanding retirements and that, it's just complete nonsense. Do you remember Bruce Willis and Tom Kane, everyone? They were forced to retire because of disease. They didn't have a choice. And now we are the ones to do the forcing. The only difference, it's not disease. It would say the same thing to Kevin and the others. That's right, I'm involving the late Kevin Conroy and the others. Because if he saw what this is, even if he was neutral, and there are justifications, he'd be ashamed of us all. We are now the villains of this story. And it has to stop. Which is why I'm going to be making these posts just to strongly disagree from the shadows. And to my friends, to those who have subscribed, especially to one I know who I promised, you can stay in the sidelines. You don't have to get involved. This is between me and him. You know, I'm glad this video is made because the other one was crap. This is well balanced as it should be. Alright, I have to be off. There's other things I must take care of. Gentlemen, ladies, may the force and magic be with you all, and take care. Goodbye for now.